guys, well, I told you it was going to be a kind of a series of videos here, and guess what? I got a box, another box. I know it's kind of crazy, two boxes in, or yeah, 2 boxes in 2 days. Should be 3 boxes in 2 days, but apparently we got something lost in the mail somewhere. So I don't know. It'll pop up, I'm sure, probably tomorrow, but or Saturday. Hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, let's see what we got. Yep, we got a box. This one here, it's been beat up on the edges. It's kind of been rounded out, so that's a little bit scary. But you know what? Let's see what's inside of it. After seeing the plane, this box doesn't scare me so much. So let's open her up. And anyway, I started editing yesterday. I actually filmed 2 videos yesterday. I filmed the contents of the box, of the big box, and then I filmed the build video for that big box. But anyway, I got this. This was sent to me by a gentleman named Boatman. Thanks, Boatman. You're awesome. From Morgan, Texas. It arrived today. And let's see what's inside of it. It's a pouch, kind of a case thing, looks like. It says it's GOOLRC. Well, I heard that there's a Fly Sky FS6IS. I think this, maybe, it's cloned. Let's open up and see what's inside of it. Well, first things first is open it up, and it's got different style right on top. It's got batteries and different style, well, one different style I don't know what the hell they're called, castle cap for the for what's inside here. So right on top we have a receiver, a GS-6 receiver. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I'm probably too far away from the camera. But inside this bag there's a 6-channel receiver with a bind plug and some sort of key on the bind plug. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's to reset the receiver. I don't know. But AFHDS. So it's the new protocol. Pretty cool. And pretty cool. Alright, well, so that's in there. What else we got in here? Looks like a lanyard. Yep, we got a GOOLRC lanyard. What else we got? I want to know where this other castle is at. Kind of a bummer that it's not. Did it fall on the floor when I opened it up? No. Well, we've got a brand new GOOLRC. There it is. Brand new GOOLRC transmitter. It had a little cover over the top of it. Everything stays nice and neat. It's actually a really neat little carrying case too. Keep it protected, keep the transmitter protected. It is a 6-channel transmitter. It is the only thing between this and the FS6 is it says GOOLRC here and it says GOOLRC down here, GS6 down there. So 6-channel transmitter. I haven't really messed with it yet. Obviously, I just now opened it up. controls seem pretty smooth, really smooth. You've got sub trim or switch. I'm sorry. We got switch A, switch B, switch C, which is a 3 toggle switch. This is only a 2 toggle. This is a 2 toggle, and this is a 2 toggle. So your switch C. Then we got a variometer B and variometer A. So that's kind of neat. These guys will be, alright. All the buttons are pretty neat. I like it. I like it a lot. But anyway, you get some batteries in this thing and we'll turn it on and see what it's all about. Talk to you guys in a minute. GOOLRC transmitter, huh? You know, look at how thin this thing is. This thing is freaking super light. You know, if you got small hands like I do, well, I don't have small hands, but when I'm flying, I like the smaller radios. It's neat. Thanks, Boatman. Pretty cool. Alright, so here we have it. I have got the batteries into it. I did leave some switches up and on so that I can demonstrate the fact that this thing does have the safety feature that it will not allow you to do anything with the radio if the switches or your throttle's up. Here's a close-up of the FS6 receiver. It's got the dual pole antenna on it. The manual says that these things have to be 90 degrees of each other. I had planned on putting it in with one facing the front of the plane, one facing the rear of the plane. I'm going to try that out. It says for best range, keep them 90 degrees of each other. So I may just go ahead and run them both down the back of the plane on each side of the fuselage. It did come with this handy dandy bind tool with a key. I don't know what that key's for. I haven't seen any holes to stick it in, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. But we got that, and we got this really super nice lanyard. I mean, this thing is freaking comfortable. It's nylon, so it's not too abrasive up against the skin while you're flying. It's a really nice little unit. Even my Spectrum transmitters didn't come with the lanyard. So the fact that GOOLRC went the extra, took the further steps to provide one, that's awesome. I love it. It's just freaking great, because nothing worse than having to hold your transmitter, and when you dump them, it's awfully hard to think about keeping a hold of your transmitter after your plane's dropped in the ground. Most people, me for instance, not most people, but I have a tendency to want to launch my whatever's in my hands because it upset me or whatever. Yeah, but whatever. So without any further ado, I'm going to put this GOOLRC lanyard up there. I'm going to pull, and then the owner's manual. The owner's manual, you got to read through it and look for the English parts, because it's Chinese or Japanese or whatever this whatever that lettering is. So you have to read both in order to find the English if you're trying to read English. I mean, if you're watching my video, you probably speak English, therefore you probably read English as well. But anyhow, let's go ahead and move on to the transmitter. So one of the things you'll notice is when you turn it on, it gives you a warning if the switches are up. It says, warning, place all switches in their position and lower the throttle. Okay, so I've got this switch up here. I know I left on, and then the throttle is all the way down. Now we're ready to go. And it shows a picture of a plane. It comes set up with the plane in a plane mode. Model 1, and then GOOLRC 1, and then the TX is the V16 4.5 volt, 4.4 volt, 4.3 volts, 4.4 volts. Oh, the transmitter. Oh, it's telling me my voltage for the batteries that are inside of it. That's awesome. I'm actually going to look into modifying this thing and putting in a regular, what do you call it, a LiPo battery to power it. So to get into the programming mode, you hold down OK, and we have the menu. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Anyway, we got the menu. There we go. That's better. We have the menu. Click the OK button on System. You got Model Select. The up and down switches are over here somewhere. Yeah. You got Model Select, Model Name, Model Type, or Type Select, Model Copy. If you already have if you already programmed a model into the transmitter, you can copy it over to another model. You can save up to 20 models on this thing, so this thing can grow with you. It's not just based on you know, going after a beginner pilot or intermediate pilot. Hit any button and it turns your backlight back on, and you keep on scrolling down. RX setup. That's so that you can fly, because you can fly with the AFHDS or the AFHD protocol. So if you have AFHD receivers and you want to fly with that, you could do it. You can set that up on whatever model has the AFHD. Trainer mode, student mode, sticks mode. You can change from mode 1 to mode 2, mode 2 to mode 1. Your LCD brightness, your firmware version, and your firmware update. And then you got factory reset. So in here, we're going to go up here. I'm going to go to Model Select. I'm going to go OK. And then we're going to go to Model 1, which is what it is. OK. Down. Up. Nope. We're going to go to Model 1. OK. So then we're going to select OK, and we're going to go Cancel. Take us back to the system screen. And we're going to go over here to Model Name. Click OK. Then we're going to run through, and I'm going to call this the, I'm just going to put C182 really quick because that's what I'm going to fly with it. C, okay. One, okay. Eight. $182. Okay. And then we're just going to zero out the rest of it. So we have C182. Now that's programmed in. We're going to close this out. And type select. We've already know what the plane is, but we'll go into that because you can pick helicopter, airplane or glider for that, and you can go play. You can pick helicopter, everything else. I'm going to leave this on what do you call it? On plane. So we're just going to cancel out of that. I think I deleted the name. I did. Anyway, I got to figure that out. So I don't know what I did there. Let's see here. Let's see if I go up. I don't know where save's at. I'll figure out how to save it. But anyway, that's basically how you program it. I need to do some more thinking and figure it all out. Anyhow, so we're just going to cancel out of that and cancel out of that. And we go to system setup. Okay. Now you can reverse your channels. You never want to reverse channel 3 because that is your throttle, and if you power up and if you've reversed channel 3, your plane's going to take off because it's going to be at full throttle. Never play with your transmitter with the plane truck plugged in with the prop on, because that could just be bad problems. You can set your endpoints, your display, so you can see what everything's doing. Okay. Yeah, channel 5 and 6 are hooked up to the variometers. Okay. For pan and tilt, if you have a plane or a drone or something like that, you can have your variometers hooked up to your aircraft, so you can pan and tilt your GoPro or whatever camera you're using. Some people actually put servos on little planes, build a little board. Anyway, that's pretty much how this thing's all. Auxiliary channels. You set your sub trim, your dual rate and expo, your throttle curve, your mix, your elevon. If you have a flying wing, VTAL, you can assign your switches to different channels. For like if you're running flaps, I normally set it to a 3-position switch, so you can flip. 1 would be up, 2 would be 50% of however far you want it to travel down, and then 3 would be at full flap. You do have to adjust your servo, or in here in the radio, you can actually set that up, so you can adjust how much you want that to that specific servo, to how far you want it to move, the percentage. You got throttle hold, and that's it for the functions. Cancel out of that, cancel out of that. It didn't save my RC, but we got 6.7 volts, 6.8 volts. That's actually really neat. I like that because it tells us how much what do you call it? How much voltage is on the transmitter itself. One of the other things is you can get a 10-channel receiver, the GS, I guess it'd be a 10, or the FSI-6, the FSI-10, or whatever it is. I don't know whatever it is, but it will display this. If you have a what the heck's it called? I just drew a blank. Anyway, you can set this thing up so that for telemetry. So if you get a 10-channel receiver, you can hook up the telemetry, whatever you want it to do, say, or whatever. It'll show you back on your transmitter. So we're going to close the TX off. And that is the GOOLRC GC-6. I love these things, and you can adjust the height of these by turning the top one, and then you turn the bottom one and lock it up, to the, because you got the top one here. I got them snugged up already. Your top one, you can adjust it up, and then your bottom, you can adjust that up to the top, and then you can adjust the height for if you got bigger fingers or smaller fingers. I like mine to be nice and low. I fly them low. Anyway, this has been another Stupid Monkey RC Got a Box moment.